Hey guys, welcome to week 2 of our Limiting Beliefs series. This week we've got a really exciting segment for you, but before I get into what it's all about, last week was our first week. So start of the series, first one. If you haven't watched it, I suggest you get on there and just have a quick look and get to find out whether you're fresh bread or stale bread. If you want to find out more, I suggest you click on the link. That's all I'm going to say. Fresh bread, stale bread. But for this week, we're doing things a little bit differently. We're not just got someone standing in front of the camera like myself today, but we actually filmed live on our Monday night. We filmed some of our leaders who were sharing some of their limiting beliefs. So this next little 20 minutes, I hope helps you guys connect with our leaders and some of the stories that they're sharing. They're personal. This is where they're at in some of their limiting beliefs, and I love the fact that they are willing to put it out there for you guys and hopefully helping you guys understand that everybody goes through these beliefs, and it's not just isolated to one person or someone else. So this format's a little different. It's a panel, so there'll be 4 of them being asked the questions by one of our other leaders, and you'll also probably hear the interaction with our young people as they ask questions through that session. If you want to know more about these leaders' stories, I suggest getting in contact with the office to find out how you can get involved that way. But for now, please sit back and grab a coffee and really learn and unpack with these guys their journey. Thanks.
Welcome everyone. I'm Jamie, if you don't know me.
Nice to meet you, Jamie.
Nice to meet you too. So I'm going to be asking these guys a few questions about limiting beliefs. So I'd like you all to tell your name and tell us what you think a limiting belief is. Jason.
Okay, so obviously I'm Jason. In my opinion, a limiting belief is something that you believe is stopping you from yourself from doing something that you want to do. It's not like a physical barrier, it's more like a mental one.
MJ. So, it's Dan. Nearly had you. So, limiting beliefs for me would be, in its simplest form, looking at a hill and going, I can't walk up that, but I can walk, I can run. But in all honesty, I'm looking at something and actually letting fear beat me. So for me, limiting my beliefs would be based on fear.
Flint, following after him. No, MJ. I would say that limiting belief is that voice in your head that tells you you can't do things, or is like, nah, you're not good enough to do that, or yeah, you can't walk up that hill when I can walk, I'm not in a wheelchair, or like, I'm smart enough, I can go to school and learn this.
In school.
I'm Emily, and I think it's basically like a blocker within yourself, like not being able to do something because of that blocker. Yeah.
Very nice. Job. We'll get you all to go again and tell us one of your own limiting beliefs and explain why, if you can, please. Anyone can start.
Sugar. So, man.
Go on.
So, I struggled all the way through school from prep to year 10 and then from year 10 to year 12, and purely based on I struggle to read, so that's due to dyslexia. And I've actually managed to work a resilience up around that to not let it impede me from anything. I managed to get my license, I managed to pass my hazard perceptions, I got 99%, I got 98%, I got one question wrong on my hazard perception. Able to work, able to read street signs as long as I can drive slowly past them. As well as that, I've actually completed my 9th book in my whole life. And that was on last Tuesday, I think. It was one of the John Maxwell books in leadership. And here's some irony for you. My girlfriend works in a bookstore, and reading for me is not strong. Is that all the answers? Did I get an A?
Cold stuff.
Yeah.
I would say kind of mine was the same because I have dyslexia as well, but mine wasn't recognised.
Me too.
I was here.
contagious.
Mine wasn't recognised until I was in year 8. And I was like, oh, that makes sense why these words look funny. But yeah, no, I was like, oh, that can't hold. I like made sure that didn't hold me back, and I don't like using it as an excuse. But at the same time, I think I'm dumb and that I can't actually learn new things. But then I learn new things like every day. Like and I have short-term memory loss. So every 7 minutes I forget something supposedly, which is why I can't remember what I was going to say. I learned something today and I've already forgotten it, which is awesome. But learning just new things, and yeah, that's my limiting belief, I think, is short-term memory loss. Is that a question? Yes, Kyle?
Does it really count if you're learning if you forget it?
I don't forget everything. It's short-term memory loss.
Aren't you just a ray of sunshine?
I was just questioning you. Would you like not to wet your pants?
I learned the whole phonetic alphabet today. Yes, Olivia.
Is it really a limiting belief if it's not not something you believe in?
It's like limiting your limitations.
Yeah.
Yeah, get your head around that.
So I learned the phonetic alphabet today. Can't say it all, but I still learnt it and it's written down in my book. But I will practice that because I don't want it to be. I don't want to have that limiting belief that I think, well, because I'm just going to forget everything because I've short-term memory loss, then there's no point trying. So I just keep trying because I don't want that limiting belief.
Because some stuff must stick because you're not stupid.
Crapload more questions than I did.
Okay, next person.
Apparently I'm next. So, if you don't know me that well, I try to avoid math as much as I can. A bit of backstory behind that is because in year 9, I didn't have a math teacher. Long story short, he got kicked out of the school for reasons that I can't explain right now. And since then, I didn't pay attention to math. I didn't study it furthermore in school, so I struggle a lot when it comes to like big equations or multiplication and stuff like that. I can't even do division properly now. But yes, I try to avoid math because I believe I can't do it because I haven't been taught it.
It's okay, I don't know my times tables.
Yeah. That's me. So if you want me to do something miracle for you, bad move.
Well, I don't really understand the question, but what I think it means is like, I think that what's stopping me is probably like public speaking, because I struggle a lot with my self-esteem and my looks and everything like that, so I find it really hard to public speak, I guess. So
You're doing a pretty good job.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Well, they pretty much answered like question 3 and 4 in that.
You can still ask.
Fun?
You can still ask because it might be a different.
Okay. How does this limiting belief affect your decisions about something? So,
I don't jump to read the newest Harry Potter book.
It was finished a while ago.
or anything this big.
I'm a big fan of movies, so a lot of movies are based off books, and to be able to go back and I guess read the book to be able to get a better understanding of the movie is something I can't do. So I've got to use my imagination when it comes to, I guess, a movie.
How does it affect you at work then? With your decisions there?
Not too much, surprisingly. I'm a chippy by trade, so I get a lot of numbers and not as many words. So my maths is not a weak point. Did year 11 and 12, so I passed with okay colours, but that still doesn't make it easy to read.
Very good.
Is that a question for everyone, or just the
It
judges?
was just so I'm going to ask Emily, do you know when your limiting belief started? Because the others said when they.
I don't know. It's actually happened for a while. I don't know. It's been going on for a while.
When was your first public speaking opportunity?
Probably in year 7 when I had to do like public speaking for all my assignments, and yeah, that was really hard. I found that really hard. Yeah.
Very good. Why do you continue to limit your beliefs, MJ?
Pardon, what was the question?
Why do you continue to limit your beliefs? That's too short to me.
That's no. You read the question.
Okay. Why do you continue to limit your beliefs?
Why do I continue to limit my beliefs? So, to reword the question, is it to say like, why do I let my limiting beliefs?
Why do you still limit yourself?
Well, yeah. Why do I still limit myself? I think it's going back to saying that it's that little voice in my head telling me that I can't do things.
Yeah.
So it's that little voice limiting me, going, nah, you're not going to make any new friends. Nah, everyone hates you. Nah, you're going to forget everything. Nah, you're going to forget what that person was talking about. So, yeah.
I'll just make a mental note. How do you manage to put perspective into your decisions with a limiting belief? Anyone that understands the question.
Fine then.
Can I go?
Yes, you can go.
Who here can read straight up? So I'm not
I
alone.
think everyone can.
Who here reads a book? Who here would actually finish a book a year? So about half. So it'd be the same fear you guys have with looking at multiple books and going, I need to finish these in a year to complete an assignment. It's something that you look at and you let your belief in that there's no way you can find the time, the effort, the brain space, and to have the motivation, I guess, to go through and, for me, read all of this stuff. It takes a lot, but... Alright, what was the rest of the question?
How do you manage to put perspective into your decisions with a limiting belief? And that's for all of you as well.
Pretty much finished that because I said about the year.
So it's perspective.
Perspective.
Yeah, that one. Is that like your view on it?
Yes.
How do you size up what you limit yourself to?
What?
How do you size up what you limit yourself to?
Can I
Can I try and reword it for you? It's basically how do you like see the big picture about what you're doing. So if you've got a public speak, how do you sit there and go, okay, it's just 3 minutes. Like how do you put it in perspective of the big picture? Like you sit there going, oh my god, I've got to speak for 3 minutes, and then going, oh, no. How do you do that?
I actually think of it like I can't think to myself, well, when 3 minutes over, I don't have to do it again. Like when the 3 minutes over, it's over. And like if I can get through the 3 minutes, then like everyone's got to do it. So it's not just me that's doing the 3 minutes. So when 3 minutes is over, then someone else can do it. Yeah.
Alright, for me, like I said, I try to avoid math, but if I can, and I do, I even said it earlier today, if something like an equation comes up and I can't do it off the top of my head, I literally will say, don't make me do math. But thankfully there's calculators out there, so that sort of helps me progress through that.
I think I try and break it down into smaller steps or bites myself, or try and get other people to help me. So when I can't say a word and I've said it like 50 times, I'm like, how do you say this word? And I spell it out. They're like, blah blah blah. I'm like, that one. So yeah, I think it's just breaking it down and going, no, it's okay. I can do this if I read to this point, or I learn this bit tonight and repeat it when I wake up in the morning and repeat it again in 10 minutes after I wake up. Keep going like that.
What is the biggest opportunity that your limiting beliefs stopped you from achieving?
I think it would have been when I when I applied for Flight Centre, and I think I let my limiting belief that I was going to fail and that no one liked me kind of get in the way of when I was having my interview and doing the test. I was like, oh, I can't spell Argentina. They're not going to want someone who can't spell Argentina or Pacific Ocean. So what's the point of trying? And glad I didn't get into Flight Centre. Got into somewhere else. It's better. Yeah.
What is the biggest opportunity that your limiting beliefs stopped you from achieving?
I don't know. I don't have many opportunities that involve numbers. I guess the main one, like, I want to get employed in the retail field, but I fear that if I get chucked on the cash register or something, and then I have that brain fart moment where I'm like, oh god, it's math. Yeah, I've got a feeling that that'll probably happen. I don't want it to happen. Go away. Yeah.
Probably, I don't really know. Probably like not being able to like be in videos, I guess, because I hate public speaking, even though it's like in front of a camera and there's like no one there, but I still don't like it. I can't. Yeah, I don't really have any opportunities. I do, but I just have to do it. I don't know.
It's alright. Jen?
So, I guess I was limited mainly at school. When I was in year 7, I still had this dream from all the way from prep, all the way up to about year 8, when I realised that I'm probably never going to make it into space. But I always wanted to be an astronaut. But I always looked at the reading side and the amount of knowledge that you had to retain to be able to get up there and then to be able to return. It was never going to be a possibility. Fireman was next, and then shipping.
What would you like to achieve if you didn't have any limiting beliefs?
Be an astronaut.
Make it to space.
I don't know, I've always wanted to be one of those people that like make really inspiring videos and like
Where you talk?
yeah, and like talk about like stuff to people and like inspire people. But yeah, can't do that.
You can, you just do it work.
Yeah.
Everyone take me on a note. Cheers to talking to the videos from now on.
Do announcements.
Inspiring speeches.
Maybe.
Mine's not as cool as theirs, but I'd like a full-time job in retail.
I would like to be the travel agent to the stars. Did I just answer the question wrong or something?
It might be the way
No,
you
it's
said
the
that. That was very
Dancer that wants to go to the stars.
Yeah,
That's very possible.
because I want to get up to space. So if I didn't have anything to limit my beliefs, I would be running the country or the world. Space. I'd be running space.
Don't limit it.
Because there'd be no fear and no limitations to the knowledge and
Power.
yeah, anything. What I can physically excel at, mentally, the people in my life, everyone. You'd all be there. You'd all be in space with me. So.
I'll be in right here.
I don't like plane rides. Never mind.
Oh, it's alright. I get you down to the means.
Alright. Teleport.
I was thinking that.
What do you think your first step is to overcoming your limiting belief? That's a new word for you now.
think it's I just need to disconnect and step back from.
Sorry, I thought you were something.
Oh, okay. Just like step back and like disconnect myself somewhat and go, no, I'm actually really smart and people really do like me and I really can learn all these things and not forget things at stupid times.
Anyone can jump right in now. What do you think the first step is to overcoming your limiting
Oh,
belief?
that's it. I'd probably just go back to the basics. Start with probably try and, I wouldn't say study math, but get into the habit of using it more often.
I guess I just have to like learn to love myself, I guess. So instead of thinking that people are only like when I public speak, instead of thinking that people are going to be judging me, they're actually going to be listening to me, like not judging me.
Can you read the question one more time?
What do you think the first step is to overcoming your limiting belief? That's really
I either need a superpower, because then I'll be unstoppable, a mutant power, or a skull to hold my massive brain.
Yep, he went there. Realistic
Not camera
dreams.
radiation.
Stop the pen again.
that escalated real quickly.
Yeah. Oh, this is, yeah.
That went from basic math to Iron Man.
Alright, what piece of advice do you tell others but don't apply to yourself when you hear someone talk about their limiting beliefs?
Oh, I got
You don't
this.
all have to.
I got this. Stay in school, please.
Where's Tyler?
That's cool.
Oh,
You can always go back.
Yeah, no thanks.
stop overthinking.
Not once in 20 days.
Yeah.
Don't doubt yourself.
Probably just accept yourself for who you are and not let others judge you.
How can we all help one another overcome our limiting beliefs?
Be nice.
I think encouragement. Just
Offer help
encourage
if you
each
see
other and
someone
like.
struggling.
Communication and a connection.
Why'd you say that?
No, I'm not
Don't
saying.
be stale bread.
Off the
I
word
did
up.
say
Don't be stale bread.
help me
Don't
get to
stay
help me
away.
get into
I was
space.
gonna
Be
say-
fresh,
I was
don't be stale.
gonna say affirmation. I stuffed it up last week, but
Affirmation.
Femination.
Afro Nation.
I think, and also just be like supportive of your friends and supportive of each other. So when I forget things, just repeat them.
You guys know what an armadillo is, right?
Yeah.
Besides the animal or the brand name.
Oh.
I don't know if everyone can hear when
The
we
one
did
that
that.
feels
Oh yeah, have an armadillo.
So okay, an armadillo.
I remember having an armadillo. That just sounds so wrong.
No, she just remembered.
You just
the
have an
accent.
armadillo.
Oh, gotcha. An armadillo is a friend that you're close to, but that you can be more than 110% honest with, knowing that whatever you go to them with, whether it's a flaw, a problem, or just you overthinking, and you can give that to them knowing that they're going to not use it against you, that they'll use it to help you unfold and unpack what it is that you're struggling with or what you need to do in a situation. I can happily say that I have multiple armadillos because my brain is so big.
Paint some different colours.
I have one armadillo.
But start off with someone that you get along with. You can't meet someone and a couple of weeks later just offload everything onto them because sometimes you can burn them out. So you've got to take your time and pick your person, normally a best friend. And it'll grow a deeper connection. Yes, Kyle.
Oh, I was just saying hi, because you're saying armadillo, and I'll say
So you've got a
hello.
wet patch in your pants.
This is on film.
Last question. How have you overcome your limiting beliefs, if you have?
Audiobooks.
I don't think I have.
Should I try leaving notes around?
Post-its. They're your best
I
friend.
forget where I put them.
Where's that to your face?
Tattoo it.
Yeah, just tattoo it.
It's an expensive notepad.
Gonna run there with you.
I don't know. Tell you that. You're my best friend.
Yeah, I would
Alright, that's it, Nat.
Are there any questions
Yeah,
from
yeah.
Is there any questions?
Can I just say, Jamie read those really well.
I did.
You did.
I
have
said overcome lifting. That's what I
That
said.
was like one thing out of like all of it.
You give up
So
then.
it's really good,
Yeah.
Jamie. You have a career as a senior
We've got more questions.
Jacob?
Yeah, like when you were applying for jobs and that, how were you able to read the questions and that?
I did apply to go into the army, and that lasted as far as I think 90 seconds into the essay before I went, nah, mate, I need a hand reading this. And he went, if you can't read this, then you're not good enough for the army. And I went, oh yeah, well the army can take this, and I walked out. But apart from that, I'm
basic.
engineering, Macca's, Baker's Delight, nursery, Chippy, Coronet Caravan.
Macca's life.
Macca's was
It's not that good.
because on the registers everything gets
Oh,
added
shit.
up on the till. You just put in Big Mac meal labs,
Yeah.
and it's all.
It's a big calculator.
And yeah,
It's an oversized iPad.
Except
Oh,
for
yeah.
the term
Yes.
electronic industry.
The Macca's life is great.
Any other questions?
Was there any other questions for the
anything at all.
It's alright, work.
Who's your
guys,
own
Open panel.
do you, any of you have any limiting
Jordan.
beliefs?
I have a question for the four of you.
Yep.
In terms of your limiting beliefs, like the things that you come up against, what's the thing you are most proud of achieving?
Oh,
Do not
I had
say
this
that.
moment at a shop where I had to give them money and they were taking like forever to work it out, and I worked it out before them, and I was really happy about that.
It's even better is when they give you the wrong change.
Yeah.
They overpay you and you're like, yeah, that's wrong.
Thank you.
Cert 5 in carpentry and construction.
Mine would have been when I stepped off the plane in LA because I was like, holy crap, all those people and the voices in my head telling me that I would never actually get overseas. I was like, I'm overseas! OMG! Crap, where's my hotel? It's pretty scary. Yeah.
Mine would probably be doing my 1 minute video in front of camera for our leadership.
Yeah! Does anyone have any other questions, comments they want to say to us first? Okay.
I'd just like to point out that MJ went to LA, Dan got his Cert 5 in something, and we clapped louder about Jason calculating change before a registered.
I'm used to it.
Yeah, we used to.
My question is, after unpacking and sort of speaking about your limiting beliefs, do you feel any differently about it now, or would you tackle it differently now?
I feel a little bit better about it. It like, feels better to get it off your chest.
Emily, how do you feel? Because this is kind of public speaking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I honestly don't really feel any different. Like, I feel more comfortable around you guys, but being in like the society that I'm in at the moment, it's kind of hard because I'm not like sharing this all with my friends, like my friends outside of Bridge Builders. So I reckon
Let's go on the website.
Oh, come on! Put my hand up. So
Yeah, sorry,
you
no.
said that one of your biggest fears was being filmed while you public speak. The whole of the
yeah, I
night was
know.
filmed.
And it's
Why I
going on the
haven't
website.
really looked up.
Yeah,
On the
you
interweb.
don't seem like you have a problem speaking.
Oh, I
like, you
do.
seem normal.
You did alright.
I did really well.
How awesome were those leaders, hey? Just to share their stories and where they're at this point in time, or where they've been. Some of them they have gotten over, or they've learnt to adapt to in their systems, but they're still striving to move forward and to, you know, not stop where they think they're full. You know, I hope you guys got some encouragement out of the four that did share, and took away that, you know, something as simple as being scared to public speak and still able to be brave enough and have a crack at it, which some of those leaders did. It's amazing. So, again, if you're stuck in a limiting belief, take some encouragement out of the fact that 4 of those guys did the exact same thing. They took a breath and went, I can do this, and they did it, and they were amazing. If you want to know a little more about the Limiting Belief series, you haven't checked out episode 1, I suggest you head back now, and it would be a good time and just see, you know, if you again, you know, fresh bread versus stale bread, and find out which one you sit on the side of. Also, if you haven't checked out our Foo series, we also have that. Head back and then have a look at that too. There is some amazing information that is being shared right now through these asset times that we are doing for you guys, and it'd be worthwhile taking the moments to go through that series and then to also continue on and start from this series as well with us. We look forward to seeing you next week. Someone else will be sharing the next step in the Limiting Beliefs series, you know, some more practical tools to start really getting into what it is that causes us to have these beliefs, you know, whether it is that, you know, you don't think you're worthy enough, or whether you don't think that you're deserving of something, or you think that you just don't have any time for anything. They come from somewhere. So we're going to try and stamp these out, and I look forward to doing that with you. Until then, next week, guys, have a good one.